everyone. In our previous lectures, we explored the global challenges posed by climate change. Today, we will shift our focus to another critical issue in global governance, conflict and security. In this lecture, we will examine the complex nature of conflict, the various threats to international security, and the responses developed by global governance actors. The landscape of conflict, a world on fire. Let's face it, conflict is as old as humanity itself. Throughout history, we have witnessed countless wars, revolutions, and violent clashes. While the nature of conflict may have evolved, the human cost remains tragically high. Today's conflict landscape is a complex mosaic. Interstate wars, conflicts between countries often fueled by territorial disputes, political rivalries, or resource competition. Intrastate conflicts, civil wars and insurgencies within countries often driven by ethnic tensions, political grievances, or socioeconomic inequalities. Terrorism, the use of violence against civilians to achieve political or ideological goals. Cyber attacks, malicious activities targeting computer systems, networks, and infrastructure with the potential to disrupt critical services and cause widespread harm. Hybrid warfare, a blend of conventional and unconventional tactics, including disinformation, cyber attacks, and economic coercion. Global governance, the Peacekeepers Toolkit. Global governance offers a range of tools and mechanisms to address conflict and insecurity. Conflict prevention. This involves addressing the root causes of conflict, such as poverty, inequality, and political exclusion. It also includes early warning systems, mediation, and diplomacy to de-escalate tensions before they turn violent. Peacemaking. This involves negotiating peace agreements and ceasefire agreements to end ongoing conflicts. Peace building. This focuses on rebuilding societies after conflict, addressing the underlying causes of violence, and promoting reconciliation and sustainable peace. Sanctions and enforcement. In cases where peaceful measures fail, global governance can impose sanctions on countries or individuals involved in conflict or violating international law. In extreme cases, it can even authorize the use of force. Challenges and dilemmas of conflict management. Conflict management is a messy business, fraught with challenges and dilemmas. Sovereignty versus responsibility to protect. The principle of state sovereignty, which gives states the right to govern themselves without interference, can clash with the responsibility to protect populations from mass atrocities. Intervention versus non-interference. When should the international community intervene in a conflict and how? Military intervention can be costly and controversial with unintended consequences. Peace versus justice. Should peace agreements prioritize ending violence, even if it means sacrificing justice for victims of war crimes and human rights abuses? Successes and failures of global governance. Global governance has a mixed track record when it comes to conflict and security. It has successfully prevented some conflicts, resolved others, and helped rebuild societies after war. But it has also failed to prevent major conflicts like the wars in Syria and Yemen, and has struggled to address the root causes of violence in many parts of the world. The future of conflict and security. The nature of conflict is constantly evolving, with new threats emerging and old ones resurfacing. Global governance will need to adapt to this changing landscape, developing new tools and approaches to address the challenges of the 21st century. This will require greater cooperation between states, international organizations, and non-state actors, as well as a renewed commitment to the values of peace, justice, and human rights. Conflict and security are central concerns of global governance. The quest for peace is an ongoing struggle, but it's a struggle worth fighting. By understanding the complexities of conflict and the tools of global governance, we can all play a part in building a more peaceful and secure world.